Hi friends, there are these 7 traps that smart people fall into, and especially in the context of careers. And how do you break free is one thing that we need to understand. So, for example, whether it is overthinking or perfectionism or a reluctance to seek help, the first step is actually to recognize that there are these patterns which I am prone to, which I am vulnerable to. They are acting as hindrance in the path to break free and achieve my total potential. So, if I am able to achieve 100 today and I'm capable of achieving 200, so I'm actually doing only 0.5x of what I'm supposed to achieve. And if these are these biases, these traps that are at the core of my underperformance, it's very essential that you identify this and move ahead. For example, overthinking trap. While I analyze, others take action. So smart individuals get stuck in analysis paralysis, over analyzing situations to the point of inaction. So for example, if I were to suppose to go to a vacation and I end up spending just too much time on trying to decipher which is the best location to go for a vacation, will it be suitable at that point of the year, I might end up not going to the vacation because the time to book the tickets and the resort is over. Put that in the context of careers, often people are not able to change jobs because they are that mode of thinking. They're just analyzing that is this the right time for me to change the job, because changing job might bring a lot of instability, it's risky, so some people start thinking. So then you have to set a strict deadline for decisions that okay, if I am not promoted by year 2 in this particular organization, I am going to seek a change. Focus on progress, not perfection. Overthinking is something that really has to be overcome. Multi-potential trap. There are a lot of people in their careers, they are not able to attain their full potential because they jump between their multiple interests and are not able to master any. So they think that I am good at marketing, I'm good at finance, I'm good at HR, and in the process, because they have diverse interests, they are able to pursue all of them simultaneously without achieving excellence in any. So the idea is that instead of growing vertically into something, they're just trying to spread themselves too thin horizontally and not able to attain progress in any of this. So you are prioritizing depth over breadth. The idea is that you must commit to mastery, because I might be good at Antakshari, I might be good at Ludo, I might be good at cricket, but eventually I have to decide that okay, there is this one game that I really want to master. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, I also would have thought that okay, I can do internal audit, I can do forensic, I can do stat audit, I can do valuation, I can do financial modeling. There's so much that I can do. But then I decided that okay, among these so many things, there are these one or two areas that are of greatest interest for me. These are my areas of strength, and hence, although I might be even having the potential to do an internal audit, to do a tax return filing, I decided that my core will be valuation, will be financial modeling and FDD. So while you might have a lot of potential, the idea is to stick to what is your core thing. Because often, for example, one might think that okay, I am getting into a service driven business. Vis-a-vis, I can actually have a product as well. Okay, fine. So I might actually do buying and selling of cloth. That is also something that can spend money. I can actually start constructing a building and making real estate. But then there are so many things that I can do. I have a potential for a lot of things, but I have to decide that what is my core. Then comfort zone trap. Again, this is what leads a lot of people not to seek change, because they are a top performer in a small pond. They become complacent. They've not changed jobs for the last 15 years, doing the same mundane jobs, and today AI is coming and taking away that job. Or let's say you are in a particular division as the finance controller. The company kept asking you to keep changing or shifting roles, but you said, oh, I'm very comfortable in this particular division. One day the company decided to sell off this particular division, and in the last 15 years this is the only thing that you've done, and because of this now you are redundant. Because you're in a comfort zone, you thought that okay, I am the top performer in a small pond. Today you are staring at irrelevance and obscurity. So you have to seek challenges that make you uncomfortable. To give you a personal example, I have done financial modeling for a good almost 20 years of my life. But today what I realize at the age of 40 is that this financial modeling in Excel that I am doing at the age of 40, someone age 22 is doing even better than me, because he is fresh, he is updated, and therefore if I am also actually constructing those financial models, I am actually fooling myself into saying that okay, this is something that I'm adding value. No, I am not. So I'm just being into a comfort zone. So today I have to learn Python, I have to upskill myself, I have to learn Power BI and move beyond, because the times have changed. Knowledge hoarding trap. A lot of people read a lot of books, they consume knowledge, but they never implement it. The best example are the shells of people where there are a lot of self-help books which talk glorified things about career, about life, about success, but those people just consume that. They become pundits in what they are saying. They are able to cite a lot of authors, but they're not able to implement that in their real life. So whatever you learn, it's important to apply that immediately. Set execution goals instead of just learning goals. You are no longer a student who has to just ingest information, digest it and put it in the paper. You have to actually implement that. Solo player trap. This is something that I am very prone to. For example, today I run a firm, and every Monday morning I have the whole challenge of getting work to be done for my firm. Now I can say that if I seek help from others, it might make me look weak. Today I have a lot of people who are in that position to give me work, but then I feel that, let's say if I ask for work, it diminishes my intelligence. Oh, I'm so intelligent, or my competence, work should come to me. No, you have to leverage other people's strength to accelerate growth. For example, video editing was something that I am not good at. And for a lot of time, I thought that it is not appropriate for me to seek that help. I will master that skill one day and do it myself. And then the recent video that I uploaded, it got 1000 views. It was done beautifully. There was this intern who prepared this script, got the perfect video being scripted, being shot, and then did all the editing, and today that video is at 1000 views. So it's a team which is going to actually perform. If you are trying to be playing solo, you will end up being a loner, and loner people are not equal to successful. You have to reach out to other people for help. When you are sick also, you have to reach out to other people, right? You cannot do self-medication. Similarly, whenever you have problems, please reach out to other people. Then in careers, you have this excusitis trap, that for everything you got smart arguments to stay stuck. Why did this thing not happen? Because this happened. Why did this thing not happen? Because of this. Why am I not updating my CV? Because I didn't have time. Why didn't I just apply to this company? You know, there is a DRI raid against this company. Why didn't I apply in this particular IPO? Because this is overvalued. So I end up doing nothing. So there are these intelligent excuses trap which one has to actually overcome. Smart people can be adept to creating seemingly logical reasons to avoid taking risks. But that is where you have to step out of that comfort zone, of that mindset, and challenge your own justifications and say that okay, these excuses are no longer going to hold good. I'm going to do small consistent actions. Then this is one trap that all of us keep falling into, the trap of being perfect. A lot of people ask me that, sir, you create so much content. I keep thinking and I feel that okay, one day I will have that perfect script, that perfect video background and perfect content, and then I'm going to do that, and in the illusion of that one fine day I don't end up doing things. So that perfectionism trap is very challenging. So start before you are ready, and done is better than perfect. So trying to be perfect is one illusion that we can always live that. Ideally you should do that, but it's also important to submit on time. So for example, let's say the teacher has set a deadline for 5 p.m. for your B-School submissions. Although you wanted to make the perfect PPT, in case it's 5-1, the submission will be rejected. So it's important that okay, you might want to have the perfect PPT, but whatever is done by 5 p.m. has to be submitted. So if you wait for perfect conditions to act, trying to be that perfectionist, it will not happen, because at the core of it could be fear of rejection, procrastination, and low self-esteem. That's a common problem, but that has to be overcome. Done is better than perfect. So in conclusion, there are a lot of traps that we can fall into, which can actually jeopardize our career and make us achieve only 0.5x of what we are achieving. But the thing is that, am I actually ready to analyze, self-introspect, and then work on my particular traps? Thank you.